Hey guys, I'm back in the forest. I saw this tree from a distance and I love the way the light is just glowing on the left side. The moss is just so gorgeous. I have a few things packed away in here. I was gifted this amazing, humongous watercolor pad. It's Bockingford. It's rough paper, so it's really, really wonderful. Lots of texture, high quality. Can't wait to try that out. When the sun comes out, the whole forest just glows with this bright green. It's so gorgeous. I'm going to be using this giant tree trunk as my work surface. It's kind of like a slanted tabletop. It's not ideal, but I just have too much stuff to be sitting down. This tree is ridiculously massive. I love it. When I first start the sketch, I keep it really rough. So as you can see up close, there's little lines overlapping and kind of going every which way. And I do that until I get the general shape of the tree that I like, that suits my composition. And then I can come back in and kind of fine tune some of the lines. Or if I'm painting it, it kind of depends what medium and what colors and such, but it'll just disappear behind it. And I use different colors. Today I just felt like grabbing my red pencil. Sometimes I use blue or just regular graphite. But yeah, just enjoying. This tree is so fun. It has a million different angles, so I can really play with that personality. But overall, I'm just gonna try to capture the sweep of the main trunk and then all these kind of falling tendrils, and maybe get a little bit of that down there. And I've gotten some questions in the past about like how to handle perspective, and one really easy, fast trick that you can do is look straight at your subject, hold up your drawing device or brush and kind of match the angle of whatever you're trying to do. And as you're holding it straight, you can keep, if you're far enough away from your paper or panel, you can match it to the panel. So if that's the angle of my trunk and I hold it down onto my paper, I can see that I've captured that pretty well. So it works really great for just quick referencing. And yeah, you can apply it to so many different subjects. This is my Potter's Pink. It's really heavily granulating and very mild color, mellow color. And it mixes beautifully with cobalt to get like a bluish gray or the violet gray. So I'll use some of that in the background and lots of water to start off. I'm going to tilt my paper so it flows downwards, but I really want to capture this texture on the paper. So, by the way, if you guys could see me right now, you'd be laughing because I'm basically like leaning over this tree trunk. It's so ridiculous. I'm going to leave a couple highlights of the foreground in there. I'm going to be specifically using this sketchbook as a sketchbook. I'm not going to fuss about it or try to make like finished things every single time. I'm just going to use it to like try to capture some of the beauty of my local woodland. And then maybe, you know, take it back to the studio and maybe do some more finished work. Oh God, brush down. Alright, so we have our first layer in there. Touch of neutral tint. I'm gonna get some wash. Basically my goal is just to make this background like very blurry. It's not the focus at all, so look at the texture. I love it. Alright, so this is my current setup and the tree that I'm painting. But while I'm waiting for that first layer to dry, I thought I would quickly talk about something that I talk about this on my stream a lot with people and get comments and questions, and a lot of people are very intimidated about plein air painting, and I totally was at first, so I definitely understand. Like, people get bogged down by the idea that they're not good enough, they don't know how, they've never done it. Like, there's a million reasons and a million excuses not to, but like for me it's almost a form of like therapy or something. Like I use forest therapy regularly, but painting in nature is an amazing way to connect with your surroundings, with nature, and just it instills this like deep sense of peace and understanding and belonging. So even just for that, it's worth it. Like, feel the sun on your back and listen to the water running and just capture that emotion as it runs through you. But like, if you are concerned with how it looks and you want to be producing like high quality work, but that only comes from practice, and practice in the studio, practice outside. Obviously when you're outside you have to deal with so many crazy elements and it makes it a lot harder. It's really tricky, but that's also part of the joy of it. Like, it's more fast, it's more spontaneous, and it's like you're capturing this moment in time that no one else experienced in that way. Okay, I'm rambling again, sorry. But what I'm trying to say is, just instead of thinking about all the million reasons not to do it or being scared about doing it, just grab your stuff and step out the door and try it. And try to remember why you're doing it. Why are you compelled to go outside and paint? For me, that feeling, that deep connection to nature that I feel, it's satisfied in a different way when I'm painting outside. So I absolutely love it, and that's why I just do it as often as possible, whether it's good or not. And why I love sharing these videos with so many people, because I've had tons of people email me saying they felt inspired to go out for the first time and they were really intimidated before, and because I try to like be honest in my videos and in my experiences, and like, you don't have to be an amazing painter or this professional artist to go do it. There's so much joy, it's so fulfilling. So yeah, keep in mind why you're doing it in the first place, and that should carry you through. That should get you through the moments of fear and self-doubt, and you're just going to keep getting better along the way. So at least there's that, like, keep that in mind. I get like totally zoned into what I'm doing, and honestly, half the time that I'm doing it, I'm figuring it out as I go. So even though I make videos all the time and share my artwork, like, I am figuring it out too. I'm not an expert, that's for sure. So I just really like sharing the experience with people, and like, I watch videos of people who are experts and beginners, and I love both. I love seeing the journey, the artist's journey, and hearing people talk about their experiences, talk about what works, what doesn't. And because I'm going through that too right now, it kind of it inspires me to keep going, knowing that I'm not the only one struggling. So now I'm coming back in with my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens, which are basically just waterproof ink, waterproof India ink in different values. I only have like 3 or 4, but I'm only going to use my mid-tone, and I'm just going to do a couple sketches down here, because I kind of like how it looks when it mixes with the watercolor. I like including a drawing element along with my paintings lately, like in my sketches even. So I'll come in and like do some cross hatching in a couple areas. Some of the marker is just kind of faded out a little bit. Some of the edges you can't even see anymore. But I will add a little more green in the foreground and a couple splashes of really dark, this is praline green, which is basically like black and green. Those are gonna get really soft, the edges I mean, so alright. Not gonna do too much down here, just a little. Yeah, this was a good amount of time for a sketch, so I added a couple more little stringy tree branches up there. But I think for the most part I captured the scene with enough personality so that if I want I can do a more detailed version in the studio, but this should do for now. But yeah, there we go, the finished version of this tree. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see more videos like this. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I've really been enjoying talking to you in the previous comments, so keep them coming and let me know if you want to see anything else. See you guys next time.